Hello, kindred spirits. This time I want to talk about my most immediate past life. It happened during the first part of the 20th century and ended during World War II. Now, the irony is, I've talked about how in Sunan story healing, you usually don't get very many names, dates, details, that kind of thing. But as it happens, two of my spirit guides, my protector and a guide named Sarah, who's just there to love me with me, they were in that life with me. So they know many of the details of what happened in that lifetime and what it was all about. So, anyway, I know that my name was Susan, and my father was an English physician, and he was pretty much an atheist, didn't believe much in anything. And my mother was German and Jewish, and she did believe. And why she married that man, I have no idea. Anyway, we lived in England, but I spoke fluent German. Now, I mean German like a native, all right, because we would often visit my family during the 1920s and when I was a young child, and we would go up and down the Rhine, I remember. Anyway, so World War II hits, and I became a nurse or a nursing assistant, and certain people found out that I could speak absolutely, utterly fluent German to German prisoners of war. And this was back in the early days of World War II, when although Winston Churchill was giving pep talks in his radio addresses to the public behind the scenes, England was frantic. Anyway, word of that reached the highest levels, and I found myself, Susan, meeting with the old man himself, Winston Churchill. And he gave me a suicide assignment, and foolish me, I accepted it. And that was to get close to Hitler and try to kill him with a tiny snub rose revolver that could fit inside an evening bag. And they had people on the inside who were going to help me. Now, you have to understand that Susan Danforth looked like a perfect Aryan. She had blue eyes and strawberry blonde hair. And so I went on my mission. I did not succeed because we were betrayed. And I ended that physical lifetime swallowing a cyanide capsule, and that was not pleasant, I can tell you. And I had a lot of issues to resolve around whose responsibility is it to save the world? Well, it's not any one person's responsibility. You can play a role, but it's a group effort. If enough of us want to save the world, we will find a way. But we start, of course, by going within and healing ourselves. And as we were in the closing phase of the healing, I was in my heart chakra garden, and right before my spiritual eyes, my emotional body grew leaps and bounds from a little child to a teen girl. That was amazing and very healing and very empowering. So that's Susan's story. I have a whole bunch of stories. I've been doing this for a long time. Some are about clients I have helped. Most of them will be about me. But the whole point is you have these stories within you too. And should you want to heal and grow and explore those stories, I recommend you go for the purpose not of the facts and names and dates, but of finding the issues that are bugging you and resolving those by releasing self-judgments and or vows and taking in unconditional love. Until next time, vaya con Dios.